And then we also got to go to what's been reported. Because it was also reported that former Vice President Mike Pence was quoted as saying this, quote, "I don't think the president should pardon anyone who assaulted a police officer at the United States Capitol on January 6, 2021. And that he's literally, quote, praying that President-elect Trump and President-elect Vance will stand on the commitments that they will make when they raise their right hands on that day." I read that quote from former Vice President Mike Pence because, ladies and gentlemen, he was the guy in 2021 assigned to certify the election. And the election results that showed Joe Biden would be the new president in the United States of America. It was he who Trump was speaking about when he spoke to that crowd outside near the U.S. Capitol at the Ellipse, where Vice President Kamala Harris spoke right before the election, imploring them to save our country. We have to stop this. We have to protest peacefully, blah, 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 blah. And then they ultimately stormed in there and they were screaming, "Hang Mike Pence." They defecated in the offices of elected officials. They barricaded through the barricades. They killed a police officer died. A woman was shot by Secret Service. And yet we're looking at a situation where Mike Pence doesn't want those folks pardoned. And meanwhile, Trump has been on the record guaranteeing that he would pardon all 1,500 folks who found themselves indicted and incarcerated because of their actions on that fateful day, January 6th, 2021. So, ladies and gentlemen, all I got to say about this is welcome to the chaos. Welcome to the chaos. All I ask is that you consider this. When the Democrats come and say, see what you told, see what we told y'all, tell them to kick rocks. Donald Trump strolled down the golden escalators in 2015. That's what he did. Y'all swore up and down he was going to lose. You made jokes about him. You laughed at him. Commentators, elected officials, even former President Obama. And then he beat Hillary Clinton in the Electoral College vote. And he lost the election in 2020. But here he is, the Republican nominee, not once, not twice, but 3 straight elections. And the Democrats still don't have a definitive candidate they believe can beat him. So I don't want to hear what they have to say. Because in the end, you can't beat them. You were willing to rely on an 81-year-old man that was going to be 82 by the time of the election to go up against him because you had no one definitively you could point to that could take him out. Fair and square. Now, you can sit up there and debate all you want till the cows come home about lawfare and all of this stuff if you're someone on the right and how they use lawfare to get at Donald Trump. That's not to say they were wrong. That's not to say he didn't break any laws. Nobody cares. The American people spoke. 34 felony convictions, 2 impeachments, civil suits for hundreds of millions. They said, kick rocks. We want him anyway. And they weren't the only ones. The independents voted for him too. Women voted for him. Minorities in the Latino and the black community elevated in numbers. There's nothing anybody could say. The man won the election fair and square. So this chaos that is threatening to come about, even though we don't know for sure whether that's going to be the case, you brought it on yourself because you couldn't beat them. You didn't get enough people out to the polls to beat him. And he won fair and square.